Okay, that last video also got monetization limited. They don't even tell you why. Who even knows at this point? Anyway, is this the special library or is it merely just heaven? Well, I can tell you what heaven is, and it's not Reddit. Anyway, yes. So, the reliquary. Okie doke, the reliquary. 2 reliquary now. Do we actually have the reliquary on the actual map here, or do we merely get to go to it? Well, I mean, it says 2 reliquary there, and this is the first floor, and the second floor is here, so you'd think maybe, like, it would be there or something, but I don't see any reliquary being pointed out. Maybe I'm just blind. Well, whatever. Oh, we can't get in anyway. Oh. I was gonna hope that maybe we just couldn't get in at all, and I'd be like, oh, this mission's a key hunt, because, like, that's a good mission, right? Oh my god, dude, I'm just doing, like, now comes the weekend. Now comes the weekend, and I have to make the decision, do I cut right now and just do the rest manually, or do I not? Oh, hey, it's a reliquary that looks a bit like that one in Roxburgh 3, and I can't even read this delightful note. And I guess this is not a special library. The special library, I presumably, is the restricted library. I don't know. Hall of Glass seems very special to me, but that's because I like pretty things. Did I get demonetized because I said the word pretty in the title? No. Amethyst harp. Unstrung. Wait a minute. Is this the harp I was supposed to get in the last mission? Really? Okay. Information on who these guys are. Okay, not where. It's clear where. Thought maybe I got teleported in as... Oh, well. But no, who these guys are. So this whole thing is just for a joke gag, is it? Maybe I get to string up this harp and strangle my boss with it. Huh? Strangle your boss day. The most mysterious holiday since that Aperture Science bring your daughter to work day joke that didn't really seem to be much of a joke but was presented as if it were one. Yes, the most. Okay. Now let's get this over with. Oh, come on out. I sort of have basically come on out already, but only in the most mysterious way, so I guess I haven't really, but if you know what I'm talking about, and it ain't what it appears to be. Unless you know. I don't know. I guess that guy's over here. Hey, you. Shoot your geyser over here. Oh, I'm not fooling around. I'm serious in this relationship. Yeah. Sometimes AIs just run in some weird direction. It's a pretty weird direction. Oh my god. Where did he go? He went all the way up here? Bruh. What? 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 I don't recognize this place at all. What the hell literally just happened? Oh, hey guys, the staircase continues upward. Lol, hey, it's an amazing, amazing feat. Alright, use. He still disappeared. What the hell? Are you doing a check to see if your precious harp is still there? Well, it's not. What the hell? You. Hey guys, name's Fen. Wait, he wishes he was at Darkwatch, so this is not Darkwatch. Then Darkwatch is somewhere else more dark and more watchful and with less incompetence and influenza. So this... I don't remember if I've been here, but I mean, I guess it's plausible. The old quarter catastrophe and assorted documents and observations by Keeper Feltnos. The cataclysm is said to be a major example of an unresolved dark age and its consequences on our order and society. Misinterpretation of the signs not only forced our order to reveal its existence to the Hammerites, but also drew too much attention from foreign powers such as the Hand Brotherhood. The reason behind the catastrophe is still undetermined, but it clearly originated in the Builder's Cathedral, where one of the most powerful sentience was sealed. The many letters exchanged between the smith in exile and the council makes one wonder whether someone within that place tried performing forbidden rituals without considering the consequences of their actions. At first, the catastrophe was kept secret, simply referred to as arson by the Hammerites and the police. Only on the fourth day did the public begin to suspect that the fire is much more insidious than the officials claimed. But despite there being rumors and even first-hand witness accounts, due to the denial and incredulity of the high-ranked population, action was taken too late, resulting in a hurried evacuation and deaths. Not only had the event greatly increased social tensions between the upper and lower classes, leading to a bloody riot in the old quarter, but it also had a devastating effect on the city's economy. The loss of the mercantile quarter, which specialized in bakery and ironwork, led to a massive shortage of bread and swords. In conclusion, the old quarter catastrophe is an example of a dark age's consequences and the importance of our work. Right. Everything's an example of the importance of your work, y'all keeper faces. Of course it is, little Timmies. Of course it is. Yeah, there's not even any guardrails. That's some important work. Oh, yeah, well, I guess I have been here somewhere or another. So anyways, that's the silly old reliquary. What? Nobody knew. Nobody did saw nothing.
Starting to see things.
And of course, these guys are equilibrium keepers, which really just seems about right, you know? It just seems right for keepers to be equilibrium keepers. After all, they're all about the balance. So, it just seems right, man.
See how he fares.
And what seems right must be right. You see, it's logic and it's very wise as long as you say it in a wise-sounding way. Are you the high priest or whatever the hell? Who knows? Oh, I can pick him up. None of this. He looks a little too black-robed to pick up. Oh, yeah. These guys are good at their jobs. That's right. And yeah, the keepers wearing green, I suppose they did it to distinguish them from thieves and other people wearing black, because like, green doesn't really fit with the keeper's motif, really. I mean, I would think that black would, but that's just sort of my general take on it. Tower of Entertainment, no, Entrustment. Tower of Entrustment. Well, let me tell you, trust is hard to gain once you lose it. Oh, wait, this is just this. Tower of Entrustment. Okay, that they're talking about it's the reliquary at the top, I guess. We entrust relics to the reliquary, and that is the Tower of Entrustment. Ooh, so beautiful. So pretty. Oh, God, what a terrible word to say. Okay, it's probably not that. Whoa. Ooh. And I'm looking for a special library. And some kid. Okay? Well, all will be revealed in due time. Nobody, don't worry about that. Except some things are revealed right at the start, which is apparently horrendously unnatural. You're gonna get arrested for that. You better be born fully unrevealed, you sick fuck. Yes, I don't care if they... I don't know, sometimes I'm allowed to say fuck. Other times not. Office of the Master Librarian. Oh, looks like I've been here, except I wasn't very thorough. Oh yeah, this is the pretty room, that's right. The pretty room. Too dark. It's too dark and cold. Well, maybe going to a better game like Super Mario Brothers Time Traveler. That's a much better game and less dark and cold. Alright, so if the Central Library is, you know, down here, then the Upper Central Library is going to be there, and these lead literally nowhere that anyone can tell, so we don't know. So the map is not as useful quite as you might sort of wish for. But it looks extremely nice. All these maps are very lovely in this game, let me tell you. Which makes it rather... Never mind. The maps are really nicely drawn, yes. Oh, that's that. But wait. Power balance in dark smoke. Dark smoke has seen power struggles ever since its creation centuries ago. Initially a trading post for coal, it soon started developing into a burg that housed the miners toiling in the dark galleries and quarries of the Iroval mountain range. Growing at a rapid rate, the burg eventually became its own town and was officially recognized as a quarter of the city. But quarter doesn't mean fourth, I guess. This fast expansion did not stop, and it was soon faced with a conundrum. Indeed, many mine owners as well as factory owners and merchant princes were in open conflict between each other and the city council. While most of this conflict was economical in nature, several massacres were committed, no doubt inspired by the countless civil wars Cyric has known throughout its long history. Dark smoke nobility eventually mellowed with time, and the once prosperous quarter is now mostly comprised of disused factories, haunted mines, and a few active refineries. No punctuation. Is this a joke? Not only is this essay far too short, but it is also riddled with inaccuracies and fantasy. This book should either be revised or rewritten by someone competent. Elder Cresbury. Fantasy? Is it, though? Which part? Which part is the fantasy, might I ask? I guess I might not. Oh, this looks like a disused mine. Look at this. It's not even finished. Wait a minute. This is like a disused mine. What the hell? What are they living in such squalor for? It also looks a bit paganish, maybe. I guess the hammers and the pagans ultimately are kind of all the same. Kind of, but not really, just kind of. Because at the extremities, where's the guy? I tell you, these greenies, which we're giving them as a name, as a... Because, like, why do people on the internet call people by these stupid catchphrasy names? They say, like, blooples always do this cartoonishly simple thing. Like, why does anyone do that? Why don't they realize they're going to get hit by the freight train of humiliation when they realize how utterly stupid and dumb-brained that is? Like, things are much more complex than just saying, catchphrases do this. Oh, no, you catchphrases do it. Like, seriously, when are people going to pull their heads out of their asses and stop being such masochists? That's right, masochists, because that's the only reason you would do something that would cause you to be so embarrassed that you can't even walk out your front fucking door or even sleep. Like, honestly, it's like they don't know that's going to happen or they just like it for some reason. Honestly, it's just super annoying. Anyways, no matter. This is the like, why are they dining in such squalor? This is the squalor chamber, the chamber of squalor, if you will. Weird. I don't know. Maybe it's all naturalistic and shit. Which way am I even going? I guess I'm going this way. So, I should probably look at the map and just try to find somewhere I haven't.
Gone. It's the 8th this month. What is going on?
This is very troubling indeed. Which one is it this time?
Collected Observations on the Hand Brotherhood, Volume 16. And the Master Archivist Registry states it hasn't been borrowed for many years, but it's gone, vanished.
Yet another book on the Hand Brotherhood disappearing. This cannot be a coincidence. Something is amiss.
I've also heard reports about disappearing books in our stone market compound. This must be submitted for an investigation now.
Don't fret, Acolyte. I shall talk to the Elder about that as soon as possible. We must protect our knowledge, after all.
Okay, yeah. Put a big old light torch, like, right in front of where you're supposed to listen. Okay. Okay, fine. Whoa, you. You're not allowed to shove your face and or other parts up to this bookshelf, okay? Not permitted. Dispermitted, as you might sometimes hear me say, in an attempt to be funny.
That book doesn't belong here.
Neither does your mom, or your mom's butt.
Who's making all that noise?
Yeah. So, 882. Wow, geez. The loot is hardly worth anything. One would think these keepers value something more than just loot money. Hoster, please prepare the vacant guest room to receive Translator Gamal. She is not to be disturbed under any circumstances when she is in her quarters. Make sure the nearby hall is dead silent as well. I do not wish to provoke the first keeper's ire. Nathaniel, why is Gamal coming here, though? I guess so she can be referenced. Yes, that must be it. On the matter of Lady de Yarwath's letters, a thesis by Keeper Leopold. In 708, however, Cuthell Printing Company published what they claimed were letters of the very secretive Lady Eustacia de Yarwath. Lady de Yarwath was well known for suffering from the falling sickness, hence her seclusion within her manor. Or also mansion. Oh, what's a falling sickness? However, the falling in love sickness or having fallen on her face sickness. However, the letters recorded an entirely different person. During the Black Fog of 687, when she was still a young girl, Lady Diyarwath was inducted into the mysteries of the Honeymaker Beast, a paganic cult created by her ancestress. The letters continued with her growing role as a member of this cult until she was in command of a vast network of witches' covens all over the city. Naturally, the publishing of these letters was not seen as a positive thing. The Hammerite clergy denounced them as blasphemous, Lady Diyarwath herself refuted them, and the company who published them issued a retraction. The letters were dismissed as a foul calumny. The public was all too eager to believe the story of the letters were but a gross vilification. The public was all too eager to believe the story of the letters were but a gross vilification designed to ruin the crippled lady's name. Certainly the shame was enough to make many members of her family abandon her, journeying to Roxburgh to leave their past behind. Lady Diyarwath herself remained confined to her manor until her death 2 decades later. In truth, the letters were completely genuine. Lady Diyarwath's illness came not from consanguinity, but from taking strong hallucinogenic mushrooms, and many of the rituals described within were authentic, ignoble religious ceremonies which are too dangerous to describe, in addition to having been contaminated with materials providing a rudimentary hint about our existence. Fortunately, few records of the letters remain. The guildsmen's riots of 709 and the great book burnings of 716 that followed resulted in many copies being destroyed, and the Cuthell Printing Company only had a single copy left when Keeper Gale managed to secure it from their guild house at Duskmoor. By now, Keeper Saperis estimated that only 3 copies are known to remain, but they pose no threat as they are now locked in private libraries owned by reclusive lords. No threat, eh? I don't know, those reclusive lords can be quite threatening. I mean, look at how reclusive and lordly they are. So these statues just magically glow. Are you sure you're not pagans? Seems a bit magic-y to me. Of course, I like the pagans, even if they do consume mushrooms sometimes. I mean, hey, we all consume mushrooms sometimes, right? On pizzas or as part of some sort of drug trip with our friends in the proper set and setting. I guess the set refers to your friends. I don't know. I'm not a drug expert, okay? A skulkin's never skulkin'. Okay, you know, I'm not really letting these guys chat with each other in that cool chat with each other system. So, I want to read Lady Diyarwath's letters. I want to describe these cool paganic rituals and maybe even try them for myself with, like, no advisement nor experience at all, just in a totally reckless cowboy manner. Yeah, that's what I want. Observations on the city wardens, Anno 820. The year 820 was particularly bloody, and the power balance between the crime overlords of the city was at its most fragile. De Wall was already well established in North Quarter and Shalebridge, but his sudden takeover of Newmarket and Pampinosis led to an all-out street war with Sterling, warden of Newmarket, downtown, and South Quarter at the time. The Baron's police and the Order of the Hammer were powerless before such uninhibited gang violence. Indeed, it was not a rare sight to witness mobs of thugs and rogues fight each other to the death in marketplaces or alleyways. Sterling had secured an alliance with Ramirez, warden of Hightown, a few years back, but the latter had already betrayed him by Ferdivor, sensing a turn of the tide, and had been supplying reinforcements and equipment to De Wall in secret. What? Ramirez? Oh. This conflict lasted until Veneficus, when De Wall definitively took over Sterling's territory, had him executed, and gave South Quarter and downtown to Ramirez, establishing him as the second most powerful warden after De Wall. Another less bloody but equally important conflict happened in Recidivus between Lord Mayor Hegemon Broderick and the short-lived Waden, warden of Stonemarket and Lower Locks at the time. The young but ill-tempered crime lord had been warden for only 4 months, having assassinated the previous warden, Leonid Broderick, brother to the Lord Mayor, in his sleep. Widely unpopular among his men and subordinates for such a treacherous act, they quickly secured a secret alliance with the Lord Mayor, who was not particularly versed in crime, but still had ties with other wardens thanks to his late brother, and had Waden gruesomely assassinated in broad daylight. Some say a beast slew him, but a more plausible explanation is a group of thugs brutally murdered him. In any case, reports indicate that the Baron's police did not intervene during this event, and the Hammerites were reportedly strangely absent. Broderick's reign, however, turned out to be as equally short-lived as Waden's. The wealthy, ambitious, and strategic Webster bought off Broderick's men and took over his entire territory by the end of the year without any bloodshed. What a nice guy. Oh, hey, this is like exactly like the starting portion of, wait a minute. Is this the starting portion of the Thief 3 mission? You know, the blue flame requires no fuel, yet burns without ceasing, and we're going to keep it for ourselves because something knowledge, secret something balance. Oh, hey. No, this isn't. It just looks a lot more. It looks a lot like it. Scribe Cedric. Oh, wait a minute. This is the start. Okay. Yeah, because there's like a thing. A council chambery thing. At the beginning of that Thief 3 mission where they go into the Keeper's Thing place thing. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's a good thing to have torches that cannot be put out by mere pinchy fingers. Because, you know, they require water arrows, which are not that difficult to come by, but at least they'll dissuade pinchy fingers, which is something. It's like minor security. It's when you don't really care that much, but you kind of do a little, but not that much. You're like, well, okay. Yeah, this is very much in the style of... Oh, actually, Roxburgh, never mind. 20 chapters explaining why empiricism is the method of the modern intellectual. Prefaced by Gilderoy Palmentine. Is there actually 20 chapters? No. Polyadamos's most outrageous lie is thus. As a disciple of the Perillian school, he thought that reality was divided into two worlds, the invisible world of perfect forms and the imperfect material world, which was nothing but an imperfect reflection of the invisible world. Also, the other biggest lie was that he was called Polyadamos. He was actually called René Descartes. I, my gentle readers, strongly disagree, for the logic he used to come to such conclusions is, by his own definition, a mere shadow of the true truth, that is, the true logic. Therefore, the entirety of his philosophy of truth and logic can only be restricted to the material world with which he lives in, and not to the outside world whose version of truth and logic might be different, or, in Polyadamos's own words, perfect. Imperfect realities beget imperfect illusions. Our perception of what a tree is in comparison to a stone is merely our imperfect understanding of what differentiate. Also, maybe he was also called Plato, I don't know. Imperfect realities beget imperfect illusions. Our perception of what a tree is in comparison to a stone is merely our imperfect understanding of what differentiates things. Therefore, how can Polyadamos know if the perfect form of a stone is not also the perfect form of a tree? The answer is that he can't know, being born in the material world. I'm not sure this really necessarily talks about empiricism that much, but maybe the other 20 chapters sort of do. Anyways... Yes, those academics bickering and arguing amongst each other. Truly a classic thing, and sight to behold. So, I could look at the map to try to figure out what stairs these are, but, like, why would I do that when I could just not... Wait a minute, this is the same thing. Oh, what? This is the same thing, but yet there's a closed door here for some reason, rather than an open one. What the incredible hell? Which was the way I came through? I guess not this way. Maybe. Right, that's the dining room. Not a perfect library or an imperfect stone illusion separatist library or a Ford Mustang. No. Well, don't lock up the fires behind bars. What did they ever do to you? What sort of miscarriage of justice is this? I'm going to continue to say miscarriage of justice. Because it's funny. Treatise on the Dark Ages by Keeper Remorius. But the most viable way to identify the coming of a Dark Age is to identify the anomalies, more or less impressive, that ooze from it. Animal downpours, spontaneous burnings, or collective hysteria are only a fragment of the possible phenomena that can occur during such event. Animal downpours. It's rain and frogs. Hallelujah. The only thing that allows us to differentiate major dark ages from minor ones is whether our order shall be implicated or not. A minor dark age will find resolution by itself, whereas a major dark age shall not only implicate our order, but also a third party only known as the one true keeper. Fortunately, the prophecies of old deciphered by ancient keepers predict the existence of only 3 such major dark ages. Oh, that's it, is it? Okay, well, I guess Garrett's like, no, this is not Garrett. Hume's like, I, not Garrett, don't also not know about the other ones already, so I won't read them. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Okie doke. So... I haven't encountered either of the 2 amazing things, TM, that I've been informed about. So... What? Bitch. Well, now I'm deaf. Whatever, man. What do you mean I'm not one of you? Why are you saying that now? And why did you see me from all over there? What do you have, good eyes or something? The literal hell. Well, sod that room with a 10-foot rake, I guess. Let's leave them to scurry around and jerk themselves around Council Tower. Okay, these places do tend to all start to look the same after a while. Ugh. Scriptorium and room of maps. Well, I already have a map. What do I need to go into here? Whoa, that's a big-ass letter. Ooh, wow. That's a cool one, though. So, wait a minute. If this is the city, then what is this? It's Bonn. It says right above it, and that says nothing because that's why it's the city. It doesn't even have a name. Awesome. Come on, keepers. You gotta store something behind one of your banners. This is the cool kids club, ain't it? Of course. The scriptorium, not scribarium. It could be the same thing, but who knows? Maybe the difference is subtle and cunning, just like the keepers. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. Okay, that's not gonna help me, like, any at all. Yeah, honestly, what? Maybe they're, like, leaning down and they're not gonna see me because their head's down? I don't want to chance it, do I? Oh, wait, there's nothing. It's just the scribarium. Or whatever it is, the scriptorium. Very big difference. Oh, but wait. There's this secret and cunning No, that's just the entrance chamber. Oh, well. Well, I mean, there's... Oh. There's this. Oh, wait, I've only got the one rope arrow. I don't know about this. Hopefully I can... Hopefully that can refrain from happening. Oh, yeah. And hopefully I can take this back. Après avoir. Did I really... Was I not able to buy ropes at the start? I guess not, because I surely would have. Were I able to. Ooh. But wait, this is just this. Okay. It's really time to load. Okay, I'm trying to find out who the guys are. Now, wait a minute, the entrustment tower is that. Whereas the reliquary is like way over there. Okay. So I guess I want to go to the restricted library, presumably. So, okay then. Which means I guess I want to go north. So here. And, you know, over this way. And eventually I may be able to come to the restricted library. Oh, it must be there. It's just, okay, I've gone into the side rooms already first. It's just like straight up open. Not even restricted at all. Okay, it's too restricted library. I guess it might be more restricted once I get up the stairs. So there's that. Oh, looks pretty restricted. Really? It's just like... Okay. Here's the restricted... Oh, wow, that's hardcore restricted. I need a keeper ring, presumably, or something. Restricted, blah, blah, no acolytes allowed beyond this point. I don't have, like, some super secret keeper thingy, do I? Maybe I'm supposed to find it in town by going straight back to town. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, well, where might I get the super secret keeper key ring, whatever? Have I been to the Hall of Glass? Because I feel like I probably have. Maybe it's not as impressive as it sounds. Elder's Dining Room. Yeah, that's that cave place. I don't know why the elders get the most shoddy accommodations of all. Well, I guess the dining room has some guys in it. Stairs to Entrustment Tower. There's the Interpreter's Tower. So maybe that's, like, fancy enough. It's on the first floor, of course. Okie doke. Okay, so apparently... Oh, there is a passage over. What's all the whispering? Coward. Nobody's a coward. Come on, bro. You'll take me to the sea. Please do. I'd rather that than you killing me. I'd rather be taken to the sea than killed. Truly, the most romantic poem ever written in the year 820. Okay. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Keepers, There is an intruder in the sanctuary.
What? How?
Impossible.
Is this Garrett again?
We do not know who breached our compound yet, but stay alert and ever vigilant. Truly, the unwritten times are upon us.
Not yet. The unwritten times are not upon you yet, mates. Come on, don't jump the gun. Glyph Warden. Come on, come on, come on. They're not upon you yet. I mean, geez, the frickin' trickster age has barely even started yet. I mean, God. Don't you know 1 month from the next month? What is "I'll take you to the sea" supposed to mean? I mean, for real. Is that supposed to be a snippet of a song? Keepers singing songs? How unbecoming. It's very not even close to serious enough for their extremely serious work. Oh. Young Oliver is now sleeping, but it is not his health that worries me. His report of a statue moving by itself is what's troubling me, for I have heard of the same phenomenon occurring in several of our compounds, our Stone Market Seat, Glyph's Vigil, and Glasslock, to name a few. Could our glyph of enchantment be responsible for this? Could it be the result of some mischief from its part? Granting us vision is one thing, but giving statues sentience is another. Glyph's misbehaving, for lack of a better term, is also concerning, for it happened a few times in the past few years, the most notable example being Keeper Catalina's scalding of her writing hand when she was working on a complex essay. Too many questions, and no answers. Too many questions, too many questions. I am, in fact, Batman. That is the material, immaterial, invisible, magical truth. Ah! Okay. This is really cool. Keeper places are always awesome, but this one is particularly also awesome because it's cool and pretty and awesome. I should probably clear out the first floor before stampeding to the clitoris, since I'm already getting demonetized of the second floor. And these guys do sound like the Roxburgh non-keepers sometimes. Like that guy's like, oh yes, the Order is very deep-voiced. It's also awesome. Okay, they've gone off that a ways. Ooh. Yeah, and just like in Deadly Shadows, there's a healing potion on the chair. Must be a keeper tradition. And there's the voting chambers. Crap. Well, I don't know what's up there. It's just stairs. Stairs to nowhere. But here is the interpreter's tower, question mark? It's an underground tower. No big deal. This also kind of reminds me of that other mission. I don't remember which one it was. Was it the Focus or some other one? Maybe not the Focus, I don't know. It was, it had this underground caged thing, and it talked about, like, this book saying, oh, the books are riddled with falsehoods to trick you, and the keepers are like, that can't be true, we're gonna say that's not true, right? You know, I could go and find it again by searching for certain phrases like doctrine, phrases like doctrine. Okay, that's not a dead body, it's torches. Dissension among the Hammerite Order by Keeper Hemdahl. The balance we must protect within the city is fragile, and has mainly to do with the conflict between the two main factions vying for its control, the Pagans and the Hammerites. However, it would be unwise to ignore the conflicts brewing within these factions. Whereas the Pagans are mostly in agreement on their methods and beliefs in their endeavors, the Hammerite Order has found itself divided on several fronts. The main school of thought is known as the Builder's Teaching, and is entirely focused on the righteousness of the soul to maintain an organized and active society. Their methods consist of choosing few quality members rather than recruiting a large quantity without scrutiny, and making use of fear tactics to safeguard order and instill respect of the law. This doctrine, however, does not focus on fighting paganism nor on the expansion of cities, which is where the disagreements come from. In Blackbrook, the main ideology is known as the Fellowship of the Builder. Its members, less focused on justice, choose to focus on smithing and trading to spread the Builder's words via endeavor. referred to as merchants in disguise by the Holy Council due to the fortune accumulated by their high priests and the rarity of arrests, their main disagreement with the Builders' teaching is the use of fear to control public order. Instead, they prefer to leave this work to secular police and to focus more on fighting the tricksters' worshippers and on urban work, which makes the Fellowship highly popular with the nobility. On the other hand, the Red Cog Hammerites are rarely seen inside cities and are famous for their aggressive attitude. The members of this doctrine are active along countryside roads, protecting travelers and woodcutters from pagans and woodland creatures. This ideology is, however, controversial, and several of its members were accused of sorcery and heresy due to their skewed interpretation of the Builders' teaching and acts of cruelty against innocents. It also focuses on quantity rather than quality, hiring en masse from the Order's courts. Besides, it is the only school of thought that does not apply the nymph presumption law, thus freely accepting women into the Order. I presume you to be a nymph, good madam? While these three doctrines have complemented each other for the most part, they are slowly shifting towards a schism, especially after the arrest of several priests of both the Fellowship and the Red Cog ordered by the Holy Council for apostasy, a sign of an uncertain future. Nymph presumption. I want to be presumed a nymph. It ain't fair, man. Wait a minute, is that the council tower? That ain't no kind of tower. That's not a tower at all, you might even say. It's just a room. Well, I mean, there is still that other floor, so I guess we can go and check that out. Check it out at the library. It'll bring all the youth back into the hip youth library. Oh.
Elder, is that you? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Ugh. No, tools are not to be used, for they are limited, and therefore you just don't ever use them. Truly the dilemma of ages. Right. What were? Oh, I say. I am not a book, so you're not what-the-ing at me. It is, in fact, someone else. Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't see the body? Hopefully. Hopefully he did not see nor perceive the body. Because you don't see with your eye, you perceive with your mind.
No, they don't understand. The uncertain times are coming.
Did this shadow just move?
Well, you seem to be experts on coming. Have you ever considered a career in pornography? Because I'm already getting demonetized. Who even gives a shit at this point? YouTube's just random. They won't tell you why. Why should I care? Okay. Because every time one thing gets cleared up, it's yet another thing with YouTube. I frickin' swear, man. Okay. So this is the unwritten, unmarked, like, that's not even... This is the first floor. That's not to a tower. That's like a total lie. Unless, of course, this is somehow the second floor and this is, like, the nothing floor. I don't know. Something's really funny about this. Something's really hilariously funny and amusing about this. But it's not me. I am never funny. Oh, wait. That's...
Is that you? These halls.
Wow, they've got like a sparkly key on their chest. I should let Dan Thrawn speak. I mean... I should engage Dan Thrawn and just let him speak. Like, hey.
These halls are not for profane eyes. You cannot be allowed to leave.
Yo, talk at me, bruh. What's that?
Our ancient...
A pigeon peck? Oh. No. Oh, did a bird peck me? Alas not, sir. Alas not. I really like that key on there. Is that new? Because I remember the original keepers having that sparkly light bulb key on their chest. Anyways, it looks cool and junk, so there's that. You're losing.
I'm a lackwit. Of course that glyph was... Who goes?
You're not a lackwit, bruh. If there's one thing keepers are not, it's lackwits. Thief, Deadly Shadows prove that. They're very smart wits indeed, yes. Not buttwits either. Okay, this is like a whole place. Well, history of Jalambo, Codex Volume V. Located far to the south beyond the arid wastes, the kingdom of Jalambo draws to it the travelers and merchants with its wealth and power. The oldest trace of the kingdom dates back to 215. The territory was inhabited by many nomad tribes fighting for control of land and water. In 250, the war chief Mansa ar-Rahman I the Wise from the Jania tribe managed to take control of the great lake Yeremia and started building the first city of Jalambo, Munsaduba, which became its capital. The Jania territory officially became the Jalambo kingdom in 252, after the union of Mansa ar-Rahman's son, Maghan ar-Rahman, and Keita Hazma, ruler of the Zalambo nomads who had the rest of the territory under their control. Jalambo was discovered in 349 by merchants from Blackbook who lost their way in the southern desert. Upon returning to their home city, they brought with them an impressive amount of silk and spices. They spoke of a mysterious land with towns built of red stone and numerous sculptures made of pure gold. At first brushed off as mere tale, the existence of the kingdom was confirmed when a caravan from the south reached Roxburgh with a vast amount of gold, said to have ruined the value of coin for 5 years. In modern times, Jalambo's relations with outsiders are entirely limited to trade. The Jalambese economy is primarily based on the export of gold, jewels, and spices, but also ornamental weapons from the forges of Jolgao. Despite Jalambo's nomadic origins, no hostility is ever observed. Nice. Wait. Oh, that's the scribe. Wait a minute, that's the scriptorium. How the hell did I get all the way over there? Wait a minute. The scriptorium is there. I guess that's not necessarily way over there. Wait a minute. Wait, hang on. Did I actually go over that way? Instead of that way? Is that really the case? Oh my god, dude, what? Well, I'm getting a little fed up with going the wrong direction. So eat that on your plate. Bucky Boy. I never did finish that game. You know, Bucky Boy Supreme. Of course. Very popular game. Everyone knows of it. So I'm wanting to head due south. That is over there. So I have no idea what's going on. But as long as I just keep walking blindly in a certain direction with no care for anything, everything ought to be just fine. And nobody's voting. I guess they haven't invented it yet. Oh, these keeper primitives. They truly don't know the true great American way that is better than everyone else in the entire world. Don't even have to move the body even. How convenient. Okay. That's not due south. South is not owed its due. On the Study of Primitive Civilizations of Yore and Why One of Them Was Better Than the Others by Lord Clive M. Brascombe. Possibly not a keeper. Coolib was far from making all its economical possibilities a reality. Indeed, it was far too isolationist for that. It was socially too weakened by its excess production for the god kings, dead-made gods or greater gods. It was economically slowed down by the hoarding of precious metals in its temples, which resulted in a lack of intensive circulation. Therefore, in this isolationism, it is highly probable that the Coolibian civilization was highly developed, but did not find any partner for equal trade. The Coolibians, convinced of their superiority, were long prejudiced against foreigners and stayed close to their ancestral traditions, which may explain their desire to isolate themselves. It is also important to note that Coolib's power and the power of its administration was so important that, even when it ceased to be a creative power and to represent a living civilization, it was still standing and maintained by its last administrative officials. Raps at combat the artificial. Wanna pull it up my automatic pit style. Click, click, click. Boom, boom, pow. Okay, wait a minute. What? Wait, what? Why did I open this door but then also not go up here? Something's amiss, I can feel it. Maybe I just got distracted by being caught or something. What?
Must be a glyph playing tricks on me.
I know there's some other stuff down there I missed, okay? Everything's fine. Oh, it's not tile, you guys. No, mission's not all tile. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Oh my god, dude. There. Drums. Drums in the deep. So is there a whole third floor that's not even mapped at all? I guess the scribe acolytes don't get no third floor map. They don't need it. Stupid acolytes. We don't give them nothing. Oh, is that those other doors on that central hall? Elder Nathaniel, it is with deepest regret that I must bring you this news. Twice now I have missed a report from Acolyte Jeremiah, our agent in Sutchheim Heights. I was thus forced to contact him personally. Arriving at the store, I found the portcullis sealed shut, so I had to compromise myself and enter through the nearby smithy. Inside, the secret entrance was completely exposed, and the empty shop smelled worse than rotten fish. Down below, my worries were confirmed. Acolyte Jeremiah was hanging from the ceiling. He tried to tell us that this assignment was a burden too hard to bear. My condolences, and best of luck on finding a replacement agent. Superior Elder Nathaniel, be advised that Translator Gamal is set to arrive in First Keeper's Watch in 2 days. Her mission is of the utmost importance. A new prophecy requires her to search your archives for a few scriptures and tomes. Assist her as much and as thoroughly as you can. Signed, First Keeper Xavier. Ooh. I love the tie-ins there. Love 'em. F3 for the key. And yes, that is that. Awesome. True thief style, looping around. Well, presuming that key doesn't actually open anything else, I guess we're still sort of on the hunt, on the move, if you will. And yes, I have to put out all the pretty lights, but that's just what happens. Ooh, do I get to find out who these guys are in this here place? Well, they don't put loot in chests. Oh, there's the ring. Well, of course, it's the ring. I totally forgot I was looking for that. Ooh. Oh, okay. I know who you are, why you are here, and what you are looking for. Our ancient organization has 3 goals: to observe from afar, to store knowledge, and to preserve the balance. The statuette you touched has made you sensitive to subtle magic, able to see our glyphs and ourselves. The gem around your neck is imbued with such magic. It belonged to one of us. Is that the light gem? I bear no grudge for this old theft, but I demand you keep our existence an absolute secret. A few of us are aware of the prophecy about you. To keep things simple, Interpreter Katika can read the future through glyphs, and Translator Gamal delivers her prophecies to us. Through them, I knew you would come, and I knew you would read these words. We possess prophecies usually aren't that specific. We possess a tome that will clarify your predicament. Young acolytes can be nosy or succumb to temptation, and so this profane text is sequestered in our restricted library. The ring key provided with this missive will allow you to access it. The book is entitled Azaran the Cruel, Necromancy, the Black Parade, and its Schism from the Hand Brotherhood. Take it and read it carefully, as I will come to retrieve it in a few days. I trust the book will contain all the information you need. There is another item you require, a harp inlaid with amethysts, the one you were supposed to steal from Hawtrey Manor, as a matter of fact. It was recovered by our agents decades ago and is now concealed in our reliquary at the top of the North Tower for study. Your former master did not know where it was, nor does he understand its true purpose. This too is explained by the book. While I know the outcome of your ordeal, I am afraid I cannot divulge the way it ends. All we can do now is wait and observe.
These guys give me the creeps. That ring's the best chance I have. Now, to get into the restricted library.
Okie doke, and I found the harp. Break into the restricted library and find the book Azaran the Cruel, Necromancy, the Black Parade, and its Schism from the Hand Brotherhood. Or in other words, Bob's Adventure. Well, that will, I guess, end the video here. Except, with the small exception that I also kind of want to fill out that other bit of place that I probably didn't explore, if I can even remember where it is. So, that's going to be an awkward dangling tail on the video. So, let us join each other for that, shall we? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Honey Nut Cheerios, mind your own beeswax. And I hope I don't get caught stealing from the Cheerios factory, which is far cheerier than most factories. Well, okay, yes, that's the stairs up, and I believe the places I'm looking for are the stairs down, so there's that. But there's this place, so that's also cool. And there's this, so, persuasive. Okay, now where was it? Wait, yeah, where was it? Oh my god, was it here? Wait a minute, was it here? More stairs. What the shit? Oh, look, I don't want to... Okay, you know what? Never mind. This is like the 5th floor, so I'm going to see you guys next time. And bye for now.